Has this ever happened to you? You've gone to your toolbox or to the garage for a box of nails and screws and find out that they've been rusted, they've been oxidized. Not to worry, there's a very simple fix for something like this. And I actually have a little trick here to make it happen even easier. I'm going to take these and put them into a jar. A plastic jar would probably be better for something as heavy as these. That's all I have available at the moment. Put them into a jar. Take regular sandbox sand. Add that in. This is still a little moist from being outside, so too moist from being outside. It's okay. We'll do it the hard way. I was afraid it was going to get all over the place, but if it does, it does. That should do it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is add white distilled vinegar right on top. You want it to be completely submerged. And what you do is cap it and give it a shake every 15-20 minutes, half hour, over a period of an hour or two. The sand will act as an aggregate. It'll help to sand off the rust. But what's happening is the vinegar is actually it's an acid, so it's going to reverse the rust process. Now, because it is doing it, there's a chemical reaction here. It's natural. I'm going to just make sure the cap is cracked so the air can get out if there's any kind of gases being formed. This works really well for tools too. And what you want to do is take your tools. Here's an example. I have over here a really old paddle blade, a paddle drill bit. And this is exactly how it looked when I started. Same with this pair of pliers. It was completely rusted. All I did was sit it in a tub of vinegar, let it sit for a couple of hours, take it out, scrub it with a wire brush, put on gloves, wear eye protection. Here's a couple more tools that are soaking right now. It's just vinegar in the tub. I'm going to add a few more things so you can see how they look when they come out. These two. Another auger bit. Now this may take a couple days. We'll see. And I may have to add some more vinegar into the bucket because you want this to be completely submerged. So let's see if it'll. Needs a teeny bit more to be submerged totally. I have a hammer over here that was really rusted. It wasn't as rusted as this axe, but look at it now. Came out really nice. And if you watch for a few seconds, you'll see that bubbles will start to form on the tools. That's because the rust is reacting to the acid. So I'm going to stop the video now. We'll come back and check how these things have worked. Oh, there's one other thing I'm going to show you before I close up. I have a saw. I don't use hand saws that often anymore, but it's nice to have. You want them to at least look nice when they're in the shop. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to lay this down on a piece of plastic, lay a towel on it, soak the towel in vinegar, wrap the towel on top, put the plastic, fold the plastic back on top of this so it's sealed up. And let that set for a couple hours, and we'll give it a good scrub with a wire brush or a good solid green pad, and see how it comes out. There's a few other treatments that have to happen too, so hang tight. Okay, we're back, and it's only been a few minutes. I noticed that the nails were already starting to look wonderful, and it's because I was shaking them. The sand does its job. So I'm going to take these out, let you see how they look. They look really good. Now you may want to give them just a little bit more of a scrub. You can put them on the, like in this case, put them on top of the plastic lid and use your wire brush to scrub a little bit. I think the best way to handle it is just take a green pad and give each one just a quick little twist as you're taking them out. But there's one last step that really is important, or your tools, your nails, whatever, are going to return to their former state. So after they're done scrubbing, I'm going to dry them off. And I'm not going to worry about rinsing them off. I'm just going to dry them off. I'll tell you why. I took these other tools to the sink, my shop sink, washed them really good with some Dawn and hot water. Gave them a real good hot rinse in hot water, thinking that was going to help. It'll heat up the tools, they'll dry quickly. Almost instantly, they started forming a real fine oxidation. It was like a mist of rust. It was really bizarre. But a spritz of WD-40 took care of that immediately. So I'm just going to dry them off with the vinegar on it, give them a little spritz with WD-40. That'll coat them so that they don't rust again, protects them. And put them away. Now, what I do want you to see is, again, in only a few minutes, how this axe is already turning out. I'm blown away. In like no time. See how it's turning out already? I can't imagine after a couple of hours or even a couple of days soaking how it's going to look. The rust was able to do a lot of etching right here. We'll see how that goes. One of the paddles, remember the 1-inch paddle that I put in before? I put this in alongside the others, and it's just like the one that was done before. Look how it already looks. We'll dry that off. And behind this bucket, you'll see that white plastic. That's the saw. It's just it's been the same amount of time, but just an old towel and some vinegar. It's amazing. Let's pull out the saw and take a look at it and see how it's been doing in just a few minutes. I'm sure a long period of time it would do even better. Doesn't look like that part got wet very much, so. But I do know that the other things, I take my brush with some loose vinegar. See how it looks like it's really muddy? Started taking it off. Look how it looks. Hardly any effort at all. So I'm going to let that soak a little longer, come back and scrub it some more and give it a good spray. So, doctor up your old tools. Don't throw away your nails and your screws because they've gotten rusted. You can salvage them very easily in a small amount of time. Can you believe this is the same axe from earlier today? Isn't that amazing? A little bit of elbow grease and some vinegar. Oh, and WD-40.